welcome to my Tarot Corner. So yesterday was a big day, was the big day of the coronation. I tapped into the Royal Grifts live with others, I know that Abby Gardner was there, and I know that Queen Gertrude was there, and others that tapped into that live. And I know that others did lives, and it was really, I think it was amazing. Okay, so there was backlash regarding the non-tiaras, but in my opinion, if the non-tiaras were for Princess Anne to wear that hat with the plum that, masked Harry's face in most of the time in the coronation, that was worth it. I did feel a little bit, off when Sophie did not wear a crown or a tiara. I did like the headband that Catherine wore, although River did not. And I just loved Princess Charlotte. She was amazing. I think that she was my number one in this coronation. She was this, I can see her, the next Princess Anne. I mean, she was so beautiful and so amazing with Prince Louis. And there is this photograph of Louis showing her something in the ceiling of Westminster Abbey. I mean, it was majestic in my opinion. And when I started watching, I watched on Israeli news because all of the Israeli channels put on the coronation yesterday, and it was so funny to hear the Israeli commentators. They know nothing about the British royal family. They know nothing about Harry and Meghan, and they know nothing about the coronation. And I sat there and I said, oh my God, they're saying so many dumb things that it's so funny. Okay, but then I tapped into when the Royal Grift started their live, I tapped into that, and that was great. I did put on a tiara when it was coming to the balcony moments, and I did want to take a picture, and I did not have any time because I was really in a hurry to get to the demonstrations last night. And you know that the Israeli media is, it's not very supportive. It is now trying to make it seem like the protests are waning, as if we are getting tired. It's not true. What happens is that a lot of people are starting new places, new spots of demonstrations. So the demonstrations are spreading all around the country. So there are maybe less people in bigger places, but there are so many other hotspots that are that people are scattered over a lot of places. So people that usually used to take a bus or to hop on some kind of a way of getting into Tel Aviv or into another big demonstration, they now have a spot they can go near their place of where they live, so it's easier for them to go there, and they just stay near home, so it's easier. And last night, I joined the women alternative that fight for women's rights once again, and we once again marched and I was holding the banner, and it was really strong. I have here, there are so many, stickers. This is the sticker of the white coats. We have several organizations in this fight. So the doctors are called the white coats, and this banners called, or this stickers is saying, no health without democracy. The women's stickers are equality for women. So the women's are called, fighting for, women are building an alternative. There are also mothers groups. There are also army veteran groups. There are so many other groups that there are. And just one anecdote before I start. There is a guy from Yemen who contacted me through WhatsApp, which is really amazing. He found me on one of the groups, and every night he contacts me to hear updates. He's really, really interested in what is going on. He's really supportive, and you know that Yemen is one of our vicious enemies. It is a really, really Islamic country that is not friendly at all to Israel. So it is really amazing that he's so interested, and we just chat every night. And he asked me to send him pictures and video clips, and he's very, very supportive, and it's really amazing. Okay, so everyone saw Harry yesterday, and he did not stay long, as far as I know. He left as soon as the ceremony ended, and hopped on a plane to the US. Apparently, he did use commercial to get into the UK. I don't know how he left, but people say that they did hear him talk to Meghan on his phone, and he used a speaker, and they heard her say to him that he's allowed only one drink on the plane, and then he turned it to he didn't use AirPods, but he did put down the speaker and put it to his ear. He did look kind of, well, how can I say it? It was really obvious that the royal family went forward and left him behind. He came in with the York girls. He was kind of alone. I mean, he kind of talked only to Jack Brooksbank. Eugenie walked before him, and Beatrice walked behind him. He was kind of lonely when he went in, and I understand that people in the Abbey turned their faces from him. And as a matter of fact, on Hyde Park, when he was seen on the big screen, there were boos. There were sounds of boos against him. So even if he did not hear the boos in real time, he does see the articles that are coming out about this. So you cannot ignore that. And he used the coronation in a very sly way to promote Dior. Now, apparently, so he is the poster boy for Dior. So he wore Dior, and Dior already tweeted how proud they are that Harry wore Dior for the coronation. I mean, how low can you go? And and he was caught on camera looking at William every once in a while, but William did not even did not even look at him once, and it seemed like he was. And of course, the feather, the red feather that obscured his face, that was priceless. And of course, the memes that come out of this are amazing. I think the first one to come out with a meme of a candle that is obscuring Meghan and a feather that is obscuring Harry was the Duchess of Montecchio, so she deserves the credit for this idea. Okay, so I'm going to do a Celtic cross and look into Harry's feelings yesterday when he left. And this time I'm going to do an 11 card Celtic cross that comes from the 1001 tarot spreads book. If you remember, I showed it to you, several times. So they have this spread here. It's an 11 card spread. And I told you before, there are there are many variations for the Celtic cross. And I've been using different variations. None of them are the ones that I use for clients, by the way, because when I do it for clients, I am doing it for in order to try and advance the person and find ways for the person to move forward in his life. So it's not about gossip, but here it is about looking into things in a different way. So and it's still a spread that is supposed to help Harry to move forward had he watched the video, but he's not watching this video, so it's for our own entertainment. So before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. So the deck that I'm using is the SOMANIA Tarot. It's an indie deck, and the creator is a Greek guy, and it is exploring the world of tarot through the visions of his dreams and nightmares. SOMANIA is sleep, and I think that that is, and many people thought that Harry was actually drugged, but he was I think that he's still in this non-wake, and I think that this is the stage that he's in. He's still in this SOMANIA state. He's still not awake and unable to see reality. So let's start by clearing the deck. And let's start asking. So how did Harry feel yesterday during the coronation of his father, King Charles III? How did Harry feel, and what was he trying to achieve yesterday during the coronation of his father? What is he going to do moving forward? Is he leaving his family completely behind? Is he going to try and reconnect with his family? How did he feel yesterday? How does he feel today? What can we see? Okay, so Harry's feelings around the coronation, before and after he came to England, and during the coronation service when it happened. So Prince Harry's feelings during the coronation of his father, King Charles the Third. Sorry. Okay, cutting the deck. So the first card is the context of the reading. So let's see what we get. And the card that I'm getting is the Two of Swords. So that is really interesting because I just said that Harry is not seeing reality as it is, and this is the card that I'm getting. So this is the context of this reading. Harry, that was yesterday, walking through this as if he is asleep, as if he is unable to see reality, as if he is drugged. This is a person who will end up in the Three of Swords energy, which is destruction, which is failure, and that is known in advance, because he's unable to see reality, because he's unable to cope with reality. It's more than not seeing reality. It is not being able to cope with reality. So even if you can see reality, you're not able to cope with it. You're not able to deal with it. So this is a card of rivalry. This is a card of a person that is overlooking facts. This is a person that is reluctant to face problems. This is a card of someone who is depressed. So this is the main context of this reading, and this is the main theme of this reading. So the next card is the okay, let me just read it. Comes on the upside down, so it's the question or the issue. Let me just put it in the way that it comes in the book. So the question is the King of Swords. Okay, so the King of Swords, that's the king that is the Libra king. That is the king that is striving for equilibrium, the queen that wants everything to be okay around him, the pacifier king. And I think that this comes at the question here, because we were asking about Harry and about his what he wanted to achieve from this from yesterday, whether he wanted to achieve some kind of peace, whether he wanted to whether he came to the why did he come to the coronation? What did he try to achieve? And I think that here we get it, that he tried to appease King Charles. So probably this is about him trying to keep the contact, not cutting the contact completely. Now the King of Swords, when it's badly aspected, and because it comes right after the Two of Swords, it is badly aspected. It shows us a person that has a tendency to sacrifice himself. So in this instance, we see that Harry felt that he's sacrificing himself, so that he didn't feel easy, didn't feel comfortable coming. This is a card of someone who burnt bridges behind him when it's negatively aspected. And I believe that this card is showing us that this is about him feeling that afterwards that the bridges were bent, so that that there is no fixing it, and this is how he felt. And I think that this is why. And I know that during the coronation he was caught talking to Jack Brooksbank about the time that he's leaving, and he said around 3:45, and then he said, and then Jack Brooksbank said to him, "No, really?" And he said, "No, maybe tomorrow." I think that he was still in deliberation whether or not to stay, and then during the coronation service he decided to go. So this is about a person that is indecisive. So he was indecisive indecisive during the coronation, but also rigid. So, and you know that he said, and that is one of the articles that I saw yesterday, that he won't talk to his family unless they see the docuseries, in the Netflix docuseries, or read his book. So this is his rigidity. And he this is about actions without remorse, and this is exactly what he did yesterday. So this is a badly aspected King of Swords. So maybe he came with the thought about maybe making some peace, maybe pacifying, coming with the intention of the King of Swords, but the negative aspects came right up to the surface just because it is badly aspected, because he cannot see reality as it is, because he cannot deal with reality, and all of the negative aspects of the King of Swords came out. The indecisiveness, the tendency to feel that he's sacrificing himself, the resignation and burning bridges, the being rigid and acting without remorse, and then paying the price for that. So that is the question. Okay, the next card is the potential obstacles or related circumstances. So let's see what are the potential obstacles or related circumstances, and what we're getting is the King of Cups. And King of Cups, it is the king that I usually see Harry as, and that is the deprived king. That is the king that feels that he's not treated rightly, that he's not getting what he deserves, that he is being treated wrongly, that this is the king that really is the king that is motivated by emotional instability, the king that has mother issues, the king that finds it hard to detach from his mother. And when it's badly aspected, and it is badly aspected, we see a person that is slow, lazy, a person that tends to stay in his comfort zone. So this is why he ditched the lunch that he was invited to, because he couldn't face his family, he couldn't face the confrontation, and he holds a grudge. This is the King of Cups that holds a grudge, that gets offended easily, that is suffering from dependency, that is procrastinating, and has difficulty in being independent. Now, this is not about being independent financially. This is about being independent as a person. And he just switched his dependency in the royal family to dependency in Meghan. So this card is coming here. And this is his main obstacle, because unless he changes that, he will never be able to change the way that he is acting. Okay, the next card is the root of the matter. So the root of the matter is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups, that is the card of feeling forgot the word, let me just remember the word, despair. Okay, this is the card of feeling despair. And usually it is about unjustified despair. A person that cannot see that out of 5 cups, only 3, here it's only 2 cups that are empty and 3 cups are still up. And he only sees the empty side of the cup. He doesn't see the full side of the cup. And this person doesn't see anything. And his hands, as you can see, are tied. So he is really unable to see he's unable to see anything. But just look at this card. This person, his hands are tied, but he has an umbrella on top, that is tied with this rope around his body that is shielding him from the rain. So he's standing in the rain, but he has a shield from the rain. He has 3 buckets that are getting full with the rain coming up, and 2 buckets that are fallen so they won't get full. So, and he's still in this depression mode. So this is another card of someone who is unable to see reality as it is. And because of that, he is in depression. This is a card of depression. This is a card of someone who is lacking trust. This is a card of a person that is lost something, a person that is suffering separation, and here it is separation from his family. This is a person that has a negative self-fulfilling prophecy. So he's pessimistic, he has lack of trust, as I said, he's lonely, he's passive, he's paranoid, he doesn't have motivation, he wants to give up. And this is the root of the matter. So this is really coming deep. So this is really deep because this is the root of the matter. And the next card is the head of the matter. So the head of the matter is what is going on in his head or in his thoughts. And the card that I'm getting here is the 5 of Swords. So that is another 5. And 5, as I told you before, 5 is a card of the need to do some kind of action. Here, the action needed is to turn around and see the 3 buckets that are full. If he just turned around and see the 3 buckets that are full, he will be better. Here, the action that is needed is to do something. In the 5 of Swords, it's about getting off the fence and doing something. It is about making an action, doing an action, something. Don't sit on the fence. And in the Rider-Waite tarot, we see someone that is after a fight. We see some people leaving, and we see someone standing there, and the swords are on the floor, and he's just having a sword. And the message is, don't sit on the fence, do something. And all options are bad, but just do something. And here we see this person that is climbing a ladder, and it's difficult. You see, it's difficult. He has all of those ropes that are blocking his way in order to get to the swords. If he just get to the first sword, he can cut those ropes, and it will be easier for him. So all he has to do is start doing something. So this card is telling him, or in his head, he knows that he should do something, but he's having difficulties because this is about a person that has problems in taking chances, a person that is afraid of getting hurt, a person that is not satisfied, a person that is feeling isolated, and a person that is having a tendency to look for someone that will make the choices for him because he's unable to make the choices himself. And this goes very well with the message of this card of a person that is unable to become independent. So he has this tendency to stall, to be passive, to let others decide for him. And this is something this is like a common denominator that we see with all of these cards, letting others decide for him. Next card is the totally unexpected. So what was totally unexpected yesterday? And what we're getting here is the Page of Swords. Okay, Page of Swords, that is the reporter. That is the person that is very good in verbal communication. That is a person that is also slick-tongued and a liar. So something unexpected happened yesterday that is connected to the media, that is connected with with some kind of verbal communication that he had, maybe with the York sisters, maybe with someone he met before the coronation, or right after. Something happened. Something unexpected happened with a person that is connected to the media, or someone that is very slick-tongued that could talk to him. So there was something unexpected yesterday, and I don't know exactly what, but something unexpected happened yesterday. Okay, interesting. Next card is his feelings. So how did he feel yesterday? And what we're getting is the Ten of Swords. Interesting. So he felt like the rock bottom that he is. He felt like he is inside of this box, and all of these swords are blocking his way, and he is unable to see the dawn that is coming up. And if you remember, I always tell you about the meaning of Ten of Swords, which is a card of a process. It's a process that starts with making mistakes. And after you make the mistakes, if you are smart, first of all, you pay the price. You pay the price, and you get to the rock bottom place, which is where he is now. And then if you are smart and you are able to learn the message, you learn from your mistakes, then you are able to get out of this box. You are able to get up and to see the dawn that is coming. But you need to be able to learn from your mistakes, and you need to want to learn from your mistakes, and you need to be smart enough to understand what it is that you did wrong. So all of these ifs, all of these conditions that are there to help Harry to get out of this very, very dire state all of these things are very difficult, and I don't think that he has this ability in him, not now. Not when we know that the theme of this is the Two of Swords, that he is unable to see reality, that he's unable to cope with reality. So no, this is how he felt yesterday. He felt rock bottom. He felt that he is trapped. This is a trapped person. This is even worse than the Ten of Swords in the Rider-Waite. He felt trapped. He felt that he's unable to get out of this trap, that he is unable to do anything to better his situation. This is a terrible place to be in. Okay, next card is the suggested action. So what should he do in order to get better? And what I'm getting here is the Four of Cups, which is interesting because the Four of Cups is a card of doubts. So what should he doubt? And I think that this card is telling him to doubt things that he thinks that are true. And this is about false rumors. This is about loss of faith. This is about acting in the wrong way and not seeing reality. So these are the things that he should doubt. He should open his eyes. He should start seeing reality as it is. He should doubt all of the messages that he's getting from his wife and from other people that do not want the best for him. He should start doubting. He should start looking at the people that are not working on his behalf. And the lack of trust that we see here, that we see in all of these cards, the lack of trust here needs to be diverted to the right place. He needs to understand who are the people that are in his favor and who are the ones that are not in his favor, and to divert his lack of trust, to divert his suspicions to the right place, and to to understand that he's getting bad advice, to understand that that his suspicions are not directed to the right place. So this card shows how difficult it is for him. It shows that this person's eyes are also masked, and you see how difficult it is because he's carrying these buckets on his back. It is so difficult. And this is a person that has fear that something is wrong. So he knows that something is wrong. He's afraid that something is wrong, but he's unable to see reality. And this is a person that is listening to the wrong advice. And he is in depression, he's lonely, and yesterday he felt like an outsider. And this is one of the major things that made him feel so bad. He really felt like an outsider, and this card is just showing us. But this card, as an action card, is telling him you need to start taking off the blinds and start seeing reality as it is. Okay, next card is what helpful influences can he find? What kind of helpful influences can he find? And we get the first wands here, the Page of Wands. And it's interesting because if you remember my last reading about him, when I asked whether or not he's going to ditch the coronation, the answer was the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a page that is the eternal student. This is someone who craves information. This is someone who learns a lot, but it is also someone who jumps from one bandwagon to another bandwagon. So the helpful information here for Harry, and this is the first one that we got here, is for Harry to learn, to study, and to understand who really is on his side, who really loves him, who really wants the best for him, and who isn't. And then go to the bandwagon that is really the best for him. So this is the helpful influences. This is about him. As you can see, this page is sitting here and studying to the light of the candles. But this is about him studying. This is about him enlarging his knowledge, and this is about him understanding, opening his eyes and understanding exactly what is he facing. Okay. Next card is the short-term outcome. So the short-term outcome is the Queen of Coins. So it's interesting. The Queen of Coins is usually the card that we used to get for the Queen herself. It's the Taurus card. The Queen of Coins is also a woman or a person, the archetype of a person that is financially independent, a person that is able to do things connected to money, to property. So it seems like he, at least for the short-term outcome, will be able to to be okay financially. That his finances are in a good order, that he's not in a bad state financially. It doesn't tell us anything about anything else, but it does tell us that he is going to be okay financially. And if we're looking at the Queen of Pentacles in anything else, it is a very stable person. In anything else that we're looking, first of all, it is the first Pentacles card that we get here. And in everything else, it just tells us that there probably won't be any change in his connection to the family, to the royal family, and his connection to Meghan, at least not in the short term. Outcome, because this is a very stable person. So I don't see any changes in the short outcome. In the long outcome, we get the Ace of Coins. So that's interesting because that is another coins. And the Ace of Coins is about getting your needs met in the material world. So it is about getting what you need. It's about tangible needs. It's not about emotions. It's not about creativity. It's not about ideas. It's about realizing material things. It's about everything that is material. So it seems like in the long term and in the short term, Harry keeps on doing things only for the money. As he monetized the coronation and advertised Dior, he will keep on doing things for the money because this is the only thing that is left for him to do. He's not excited about that. He's not learning the lesson. He keeps on doing things for the money because this is probably the only thing left for him to do. How sad is that? Okay, so this is it for the for this reading for the tarot. Let's see what the oracle deck is telling us, and the oracle deck is the MAUSOLEA oracle deck, and it is about it's about dark fantasy world and myth, and I thought that it would be a good oracle deck to use for this because this is the burial, I think, of Harry's relationship with his family. I really do think that Harry's relationship with his family is over. This is what we saw yesterday, the burial of Harry's relationship with his family. Okay, so let's clear the deck. Harry at the coronation yesterday. Harry's feelings at the coronation yesterday. Harry's feelings at the coronation yesterday. Okay, so what I got is Abraham, justice of the pandemonium. It's about justice, truth, and duty. Interesting. Let me see. Okay, so it's interesting because this card is very, very similar to the card of justice in the tarot, and it is about Abraham that shows us the truth of our temporal selves. What is in us is worth keeping, balanced against what is unworthy of our future selves and best abundant in the wastes. And it's interesting that we got it in regarding Harry and the coronation yesterday, and maybe the thought did cross his mind yesterday because he was in a very bad state. He was depressed. He was very, very, very. So maybe he did think about the things that are not helping him, the things that he should discard. The question is, what did he consider as the things that he should discard and the things that he should keep? I think that the fact that he went on the first flight to the US shows us that he decided to discard the royal family, but maybe the future will tell us more. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.